Okay, so if you're trying to manage your weight, you've probably heard about fiber. A lot. But there's this one question that always seems to pop up. Does it actually matter when you eat it? Well, today, we're going to get right to the bottom of that.
Right, this is the big question. Is there some kind of magic window, a perfect time of day to eat your fiber that just unlocks all its weight loss power? It's exactly the kind of diet hack we're all looking for, some simple little trick to get better results. And honestly, it's no surprise this question is out there. Diet culture is just filled with these timing secrets.
So let's just tackle this head on. Is breakfast the key? Or maybe you should save it all for dinner. Let's find out.
And here it is, the big reveal, right up front. The surprising truth is, timing really isn't the secret. Focusing on when you eat your fiber is not the secret weapon you might think it is. When it comes to weight management, the clock is not the most important thing to watch.
So if timing isn't the key, then what is? Well, the real secret, the thing that actually moves the needle, is all about consistency.
See, it's not about cramming all your fiber into one big meal. What really matters is your total intake over the entire day. Spreading your fiber out across all your meals and snacks, now that is the most effective strategy for getting all the benefits. And why does this work so well? Well, by spreading your fiber intake out, you're helping yourself feel full throughout the entire day, not just for a couple of hours after one meal. This helps keep your appetite and your blood sugar way more stable, which makes it so much easier to control your total calorie intake without ever feeling like you're depriving yourself.
But how in the world does a carbohydrate that our body can't even digest have such a huge impact? It all comes down to the science of satiety, which is really just a fancy way of saying the feeling of being full and satisfied.
So at its core, fiber is this really unique kind of carb. Your body can't break it down for energy, so it just passes right through your system. But on its way, oh man, it works wonders, mostly by just slowing everything down and making you feel full. Here's how it works, step by step. First, when you eat fiber, it slows down how fast your stomach empties. This delay triggers the release of these key hormones in your gut. You see them here, GLP-1 and PYY. Think of these hormones like little messengers that travel to your brain with a powerful signal that says, hey, we're good down here, we're full, you can stop eating now.
And this isn't just theory. We've got hard evidence to back this up. A major study back in 2019 found that fiber intake was the single best predictor of weight loss. Get this, it was even more influential than tracking total calories or macros. That's just how powerful this one nutrient is. It's incredible.
All right, so we get the science, and we know that consistency is the name of the game. So, how do we actually do this in real life? Let's put together a simple, effective game plan. Here's the number you want to aim for. The general recommendation for adults is to get at least 28 grams of fiber every day. That's your target. Okay, but here is a super important piece of advice. Please do not go from eating 10 grams of fiber one day to 30 the next. Your digestive system really needs time to adjust, so you want to increase your intake slowly over a few weeks to avoid things like bloating or gas. Slow and steady is the way to go here. And this is what that consistent, spread-out approach actually looks like. It's not complicated at all. You could add some high-fiber chia seeds and raspberries to your breakfast yogurt, maybe a hearty lentil soup for lunch, and for dinner, just make sure your plate has a nice big serving of roasted veggies. See? Simple additions, big impact. And to make this even easier, let's look at some of the best high-impact foods you can add to your grocery list to help you hit that 28-gram target. I mean, just look at these numbers. 1 cup of cooked lentils gets you more than half of your daily fiber. 1. A whole avocado gets you almost there too, and studies show it can keep you feeling satisfied for up to 6 hours. Raspberries are amazing because they are packed with fiber but are super low in calories. And you definitely don't want to sleep on flax seeds or steel-cut oats, which are just fantastic choices for a powerful breakfast.
So let's bring this all home. We started out asking when we should eat fiber. But what we've learned is that there's a much better, much more effective question to ask ourselves, and that is, how can I add a good source of fiber to every single one of my meals? Shifting your focus to that question, that is the real game changer.
So, what's one small change you can make today? Which of these powerhouse foods are you going to add to your routine first? That right there is your first step on the path to consistency. Thanks for exploring this with me.